Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So, today we will recreate one of my last pictures, and it is this one. Many of you want to know how I did it, and the first question was I did this in Octane render, and the question was mostly if you can get such a result with the physical render too. And yes, you can get such a result with the physical render too. Of course, it needs longer to render, but not all too long normally. And today I want to show you how I did this. And so, yes, yeah, we make this shots here, these classes, this mat here, and yeah, what can I say more to this? And yeah, and I show it for Octane and physical render. So in the description I will later write a time code that you can read where it starts with the physical render. And for the future, many people always ask me, a pity that you did not make this with the physical render, and I did it, but most of the people just don't watch the tutorial until the end. So so always look at the preview picture of the video, and if you see an Octane logo and a physical render logo, you can be sure I will texture it for both renderer. Good so far. The patrons can download already the project file here, this original file from my Patreon site, but only for the Octane render for now. And yeah, so I think just let's start this. We should. I'm pretty sure that we get the same result with the physical render. So let's simply start. We start with the class, and so I make a cylinder. Don't need as many segments here. 12 should be enough. The height, let's say 150. Okay. And I again forgot to change my keyboard here, so sorry, I have again the mechanical keyboard and you will hear the clicking, but I will try to be as silent as possible. And yeah, I make this editable, so I use my edit optimize script, so you know it meanwhile. And it's a free script, you will find the link in the description. And this makes nothing else, it just it converts the object and optimizes it. So okay. Next thing, I go in point mode and delete this point here. I forgot to make some segments here, but there's no problem. With UB is the ring selection. I go in edge mode, ring selection, and I hit MM once and twice. And yeah, this should be enough. Okay. And I put everything on the floor. So this drop to floor is a free script too. You can find it in the description. Next step is I select my cylinder here and take with the shift key, I hold the shift key and click on the taper. The shift key makes it the taper child of the cylinder and gives it the correct size. So, and here I can, okay, but I don't want that it starts here on the bottom, so I drag the taper a little up here, somewhere like here, make it a little stronger, so yeah, this could be a nice shot glass. Okay, and again I make it editable. Okay, back, what's wrong here? I made the taper editable. You have to go to the cylinder and make the cylinder editable. Okay, now we want a little thickness for our glass here. We can simply select all the polygons and D for extrude and extrude it. The inside. 8 is maybe too thick, but if I'm not sure how thick I want it or something else, I prefer to make it like this. I go to the cylinder and I use the Pi extrude generator. Link in the description. This is a plugin from from Maxon directly, and yeah, and it's free too. So I hold my Alt key and click on it with the cylinder selected. Go in the other direction, so something like this, and I want gaps. And now I can see, okay, how thick I want this. And I see I don't want triangles on the bottom, so deactivate this, go to my cylinder, point mode, and here is MS. I beveled this up a little bit, so something like this. Okay, something like this. So select this, I for inner extrude. Extrude this to the inside, and now with KK we make some line cuts. So, and I have quads everywhere, and this is what I want. And now extruder. So, okay, you see now we have everything what we want, but we have here a little. We don't have the same height here. First, so I make this again editable with the edit optimize script, and now I go in point mode and just select one point. Yeah, I just want to know the y-axis, the height here. So I copy this value with Ctrl C. Now with UL, and so, UL, I select this and paste now the value I copied already. So now I'm the same level here, and the same thing we have here on the bottom too. See, so I select one point here. Okay, so I have to select live selection 09. Whoop, 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 whoop. Only select visible I don't want, so I just select this one, copy. Okay, now I select UL, this one's, paste it here, okay, UL here, paste, and the middle one here, paste, and now we should have everything flat here. Okay, and now I want this glass a little thicker here at the bottom, so I want the glass until here, so that the fluid begins here and starts here. So now with UN, I go in my polygon mode. UN is the form selection, so I can select only the bottom here. Let's see, okay, our normals are in the wrong direction, so with Ctrl A, select all my normals. With UR, I can reverse the normals, so now I have this. So here, I wanna split these polygons here and delete it from the original one. And for this, we have here a nice plugin, it's free. And its link is in the description, and the plugin is Perfect Split. It's somewhere it should be here. Perfect Split. What this makes, you see, it makes me another. This is one, and this is the other one, and this splits these polygons from the original object and deletes it. So when we hide this, you see it's deleted from the origin from this one, so it's not doubled. Okay, and now I want with UL, go to edge mode, select this edge here down and delete this one. Oops, just want to delete the edge here, nothing more. What's wrong here? Come on, let me delete this edge. Yeah, this is correct. Edge from here, and I want to delete this edge. Now it works. Okay, and now you see here, oh come on, we have it here. So now I go to my splitted thing here, to my splitted polygons, go to the move tool, object mode. See, I have it here. So this is my split polygon, and I want to drag it up until this object here on the inside. So I do this very simple. I go to the snapping tool, enable snap and edge snap, and bring this up until it snaps. You see? Boing, snap. Okay, that's it. Now I go to here, and we will see it's normally not really together now. You see, we have a very small space in between. But you can get rid of this if we select both of them and make an optimize. Or what I do is I make a connect object, drag both of them in the connect object, and look at this gap here. You see, now the gap is closed. If the gap isn't closed, if you have a bigger gap, just go in the connect object here under the tolerance, go up until this gap is closed. And then when the gap is closed, simply go to the connect object, hit C on the keyboard, and that's it. You have one object. And this is our class. And if we put this now in a subdivision surface, we get something like this. It looks not totally like I want, but you see we have this nice thick bottom. This is what I like. But we are not ready with it, so we want a nice class. First thing I do is here on the bottom, I go to here and say make a loop selection, UL, and I set my selection here, so I save it for a bevel. I could bevel it now, it's just MS and bevel it, but then I cannot alter the values after. When I'm not happy with it, so I can do nothing. I have to go back and. So what I do is I set selection here. You see I have now my edge selection here. This is this edge, and if you don't have it in your toolbar here, go to select and set selection here. And so this selection we don't need. And this selection I want for my bevel. So go to my class, hold my shift key and bring in the bevel deformer under the shift key. Bring in the selection here, so I don't need this use angle, and I want a solid. And now I can play here with the offset and make this so, and here now I can play until I say okay, I like this or this or this or this, and when you're happy you can say okay, this is what I like, and this looks not bad. Okay, I can light it with the bevel like this. This is okay. I don't like this here. Here I want something like a little lip on the glass. So what I do here is, first I'm gonna make a plane cut here on edge mode, so, and with KJ is the plane cut tool. I make a cut somewhere like here. I hold my shift key, so I have a straight cut here. Escape, and I have a nice cut now. And now with in the polygon mode UL, this, and this, and D for extrude. I extrude this a little bit, so something like that. And you see we have here a small problem. I want that this all be extruded, so I go here with the maximum angle up until this is fixed. So wait. And you see, okay, that's what I want. Good so far. Now I make this, and this is still not what I want. So again UL, and I select just this top up here, and E for the move tool, and I move this simply up. Yeah, now it starts to look like I want it to look. Okay, this is exactly what I want. Okay, I'm happy with this. Maybe not totally happy. I'll go now to I bring this glass here in a null object. So, but I make the first, when I make a null object, this null object is directly on the floor now. So bring this down, glass inside, and when I go now to my null object and I hit T for scale, it scales exactly from the bottom. So I can scale from here, but I don't want to scale the whole thing here. I just want to scale the y-axis. I want to make it a little, so something like this. This is the glass I want. Okay. Now I am happy with my glass. And as I said, we will do it first with the Octane render. And let's have a look how it looks, and then we make the fluid. So, of course, when I render it now, we will see. You know what we will see. We will see just what's. I miss here something. Where is my? Here is it. When I render it now, I have just my shot glass here, of course, and I don't forget to save it. So save this thing here. Shots. Okay, shots. Shots octane. So okay. And of course, when I put now a simple glass material on this, so let's make a glass material. This is just a specular material, and put it on the glass. We see not much. This is a little boring, this whole thing. So what we need, of course, we need something to reflect and light and blah blah blah, and we need the Nikomedia OCTANE Rig. Okay, so I bring in my rig, and you see we have a wonderful glass here. And it's almost a perfect glass when you ask me. So let's see if it looks better when we make some. It looks better with the background. It looks better like this. Rotate this a little bit. We have a wonderful glass. Okay, we can be happy with this so far. Maybe the lip is a little high here. Maybe. Yeah, bring it down here. It is still selected from before. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay. Good, now let's make the fluid for this. So, we can. Bye-bye. For the fluid, I go away with my hand here, so. Let's see, the UV maps are not really correct, but we have just a glass, so that's not really a problem. But when we make later on when we work with wet, with some drops and something else, you can go here in the tag from UV mapping to a cubic mapping, and now you see it looks a little comfortable, more comfortable. So I make the fluid now. So with NQ I can hide the textures, so it's a little better to work with. Good. How far I want the fluid? I want the fluid UL until here. Okay. So with UF is the fill selection. I hold my shift key and fill this, and this should be my fluid. With UP I can now split this selection, these polygons from the original one, but the UP does not delete from the original object, and this is what we don't want at the moment. So we just want to split, so we don't need the perfect split for this, we need just split. So I go to my class, UP, okay, this bevel I don't need, and this is my fluid here. Fluid, and you see it if I would go away my class here, this is just our fluid. Okay, fine. our fluid needs now, of course, a cap here. So UL in edge mode, T for scale, and now I scale it down, but I hold my control key, so you see I scale it like this. 1, 2, and MD for close polygon hole, and here we make again just our cuts with KJ, KK, KK here, KK here, and KK here. Boing. Just gods. And we need a little bevel around here. So UL, and again here I delete this edge selection and make a new one. So I have selected this, set selection, and again I do it, I steal this bevel here and copy the control, drag it here down, so, and I exchange this edge selection with this edge selection and make this far smaller, so that one, as you see now we have a very small bevel here, and we have everything in the null here, and everything that is in this null will be affected by the subdivision surface. So this is this. Okay, maybe we make the bevel a little bigger, so we do it 2. Good, this is nice. And we have the same here, so. When we bring back the glass now and bring back everything now, so let's render this. First I save it. Okay. Somehow we miss our glass. This could be because let's unbevel and bevel it again, so this should bring back our glass, and you see now we have nice the fluid inside, but this will not really work. Sometimes people want it like this, so we can see the thickness of the glass, but this is not. Let's make first a material for the fluid. So this is the glass, and control drag it to the side, fluid, and bring the fluid on the fluid. So okay, and I go to my node editor here and make just another color here. RGB spectrum, transmission. In the transmission, let's see what we can do. So something like this, and you see this is looks not really nice here. Something like this. So how can we get rid of this? This is quite easy. I go to my fluid here, and I scale it. First, what I want to scale from the middle of the fluid. So I bring in. I have here the magic center. Just centers the axis to do the object, and it's a free plugin in the description. Check. If you don't want to work with this plugin, just use your axis center tool here. Makes exactly the same. Everything to 0 and auto update or execute, and you will find this axis center in the mesh tool here as well. Okay, so and now I just scale this up until I like the. See, be careful. So scale, and now this looks much better for me. If I wanted more, I can go more. So I can until I like it, and this looks not bad. So. But this now it looks not really nice because we don't have a nice HDRI on this whole thing. But this would it be, so we don't need more. So now we have just to search for a nice HDRI. We make this matte and everything, and then we continue. So okay, yeah, let's search another HDRI. For this, we go with F8. Oopsie, F8. This is not what I need here, so I go to my presets, my HDRIs. Yeah, these are my personal folder here. And good. Here, and for something like this, I always like the Van Cleef here. Go to my Octane rig and just drag it in here. Doing. And you see that looks totally different. So drag it a little around here. So something like this maybe. The HDRI is okay. I could drag it here on the and we have an eye. You never knew that this is not true here. Okay, so okay, and yeah, we need more light maybe. So go here to the intensity. Say 2.5. Yeah, that looks better. We can make, of course, the fluid a little brighter. So load it. That looks not bad. Okay, so let's make this matte here. So this matte. And I don't need here the Octane rig. The shadow catcher is on. I don't need the shadow catcher here because we make our own matte here. Good, so I stop the render for the moment. Then matte here. This should be quite an easy thing as well. So a cube and hide something like, let's see, this here. Maybe okay. Right. So here long. Okay. I make this editable cube. C on the keyboard. I'll go in polygon mode. I for in extrude. Extrude this to the inside a little bit here and control drag it down here a little bit. So done. Nice. And let's see how far we can go. Have to go down here. Okay, so something like this. Then we need some cylinders. Much, oopsie. It doesn't matter where it is normally, but smaller here, so something like this. Even smaller. Doesn't matter if it goes under the mat here, that we don't see this. The cylinder, hide this for the moment. We need a cloner now. Alt click cloner. And I want to clone in a grid array without any y-axis and bring them together. Hello. Let's cuddle together. So, oopsie. So back here, and I want here to per step. Okay. Let's go to render instances, so we don't have to be afraid about the amount of clones here. Let's go to the cylinder and make fillet cap here. Fillet, whatever. So it should be okay. Nice. Let's make a simple glossy material here. And this is the matte. I want node editor. So, and an RGB spectrum black. With, of course, roughness. This should be something like rubber or something else. and with a little less specular. So 0.5 specular should be okay here. And put this on my, no, not on the cube. First I put it on the cube. This is the whole thing. So I know how big it is, and I want to make a cubic projection here. So I go to cubic here. This is when we use later on a bump map for water drops in something else. So we have to go in the cubic mode, and now right click, fit to object. Okay, so this is now what I want, but I bring now the cube and the cloner in a null object. This is and bring the texture on the whole matte, so I have the clones here and everything black. And what I want, of course, is here on the cube I want no sharp edges. Bring in here. I select my cube, bevel, see, and let's say here 3. Yeah, that looks fine. Maybe give it 5 subdivisions. Save everything and let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks quite nice. Yep. Could say it looks not bad. What I want is first I want here another thing, the output. I want the 16:9 thing here, so okay. Save it, so I want the table here parallel to this one, so I go to my HDRI here and rotate it a little bit. So something like this. Okay, but I think the map is a little too big. Or isn't it? No, the cylinders are not. Cylinders are maybe. Let's make the radius smaller here, so let's say 8. But now we need, of course, more. Oops. First we have to go together with them, so, and now more. Same here. Let's come together. Close enough. So, and we don't have to be all too afraid because we are on render instances, so we can use enough. Okay, that does not look bad. Save it. If let's say the matte is a little too big, so we can make the glass bigger, of course. So when I go here to the null of the glass, T for scale, and make the whole glass a little bigger. It's maybe better. So. Okay, and now I want some. Let's make here something under the matte here. Here we need just a simple disk here. Bring it T per scale, bring it up here, and bring it under the material. Okay, nice, and yeah, here I used the original. I made here a wood texture. But I for here I use the same texture like the mud. Let's see how this looks. Looks not so bad, huh? Okay. Looks nice. But I think I will make here a different one because I'll make two different ones. This is the mat and this is the table. Because of the maybe later with the bump maps we have to do it a little different. And now why it's not here? That's funny, huh? What's wrong here? So let's bring in a camera. Okay. I go out of the camera and let's see what's wrong here. It looks more like glass. What's going on here? This is the table texture. Okay, now. Good. So far, and now let's make here for the glass a little bump map. The map I used here is a wet, so it's a drop map. So I'll show you about that. As I said, patrons can download the project file and they have then of course the textures. Let's go here, editor, node editor, and here I bring in now my thing here. So let's see, so this is here, this image texture looks like this here. This is my drop map here, so okay, and this I bring in the bump channel. We should see something. Yep, we see definitely something. Now I can go to the glass material here and say cubic is okay, but maybe a little smaller. But I can make it smaller in the transform tab too. Well, let's make it in the transform tab. So go to here, the transform and aspect ratio. Good so far, but I'm not sure if I made here the fit to image, fit to object. That's okay, but let's make this define a little bit. So I bring in here color correction and a float for the brightness here. This is more or less power for the noise now. You can see when I go down here, I have no noise at all. When I go up, I have 100% noise here. And you can do this however you want, how much noise you want. In my original picture, this was like I wanted that it looks like the glasses came out from ice. So that's the reason why it's so hard here, because on this weekend, this is a weekend impression, we had glasses directly out from ice. They melted a little, the ice melted a little bit, and that looked exactly like this. So. And yeah, let's make it maybe here. Is the gamma less gamma gives us more ice? You see, looks really like ice now. Let's go to the transform and don't transform it. I like it. Sure. Where is the weekend? I think this looks nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with this. And now we can still, don't forget, we can still play with the fluid here. If we are not happy with the fluid, T for scale, and you can still scale it down. So I think that looks better like this. If you see the walls of the glass here, well, maybe that looks not bad. It's totally on you, because it's your picture. Don't forget this. It's your picture, so do it like you want it. Not when other people tell you, you must do this like this. You must nothing. Yeah, of course, if you do it for your client, you have to do it like the client wants it. But if it's a picture for you, don't let them tell you what you have to do. Index is here wrong. 517 is glass. Okay. Yep. For the fluid, this should be quite okay. It depends on what fluid you want, of course. Okay, roughness. We don't need any roughness. We need the whole reflection, but this is here everything okay. The roughness is at 0. Reflection is 100, so at 1, that's okay. But so I don't like the fluid like this. So this can say. You see now it is oops. And this is not a good idea too. So this everything was inside the glass. This is okay. Yeah, why not like this? But here this is a little too. I have to make here, sorry, F12. Node editor, so node editor, OCTANE node editor. I want to bring it somewhere like here inside group separator. So node editor. Good. So this is maybe too strong. Go a little up with the gamma. I do not really like the fluid like it looks here. I think this is a little better. Okay. We see it then later, and we can just change every time when we want. So this is the first glass, let's say. Okay. Now we need an empty glass, so in the origin, an empty glass and a half full glass where we can play with this guy here, with this stream. Good. Bring this a little further down so we can have space for more glasses. Okay, so here we need more clones. Okay, save it. Yeah, it starts to look nice here. Good. Next glass. So protection deck. I bring this glass. So this is the glass full. And I bring this again in a null object, G. So this is glasses. And now I copy this glass full and make a glass empty. This is a very hard step. How to make a glass empty? just get rid of the fluid. Good. And this glass full, I bring a little to the side here. Let's say to here, rotate it a little bit so that we don't have everywhere the same bump map. And the empty glass here somewhere, something like that. So now we should have two glasses, one empty, one full. Okay, nice. Good. Save. And yeah, on the weekend I was good to in emptying glasses. And now here another glass, and this will be half full. We are optimistic. So it's not half empty, it's half full. Save. And now let's make this one. So, and drag it to somewhere here. So, bing. Good. Out of the camera. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the glass here. And we make simply the half of the fluid here. So it should be quite easy when we go to the fluid here. Boing. Delete all these points here. And then with MD, we copy it. Yeah, now I did it a little different. You see, I did not make this. This could be a reason why the fluid looks not really correct. So let's hide this. The normals are wrong. You are right now. You the normals are okay. So I have to go to the full glass here. That could easy be. So let's. Sorry, a second. So back, and now let's see. This could be because and let's see how it changes when I go to my fluid of the full glass here. Select all the faces, and you are. And it looks different. Totally looks different, and it looks totally better. Okay, I knew something was wrong. I knew it. T and make it now. Now I make it a little smaller. Yeah, this looks much better now. Yeah. So it looks nice. Good. And now save this. Full glass is done. Whoopsie. And I need my half glass back. Whoop. So, and now I for in extrude. Here I need a little more subdivisions because the stream should make some. What comes in from the bottle should make some waves. So KK. Okay. And here now we override this here for the bevel. So I go to my edge UL edge node, and because I have this selection tag selected, when I press now again set selection, it will overwrite this one, so the bevel gets a new edge here. So when I say set selection, now we should see here the bevel, and it's exactly what we want. Nice. Now under this fluid, is the fluid selected, I take a new deformer, and this will be the formula deformer. Here, hold the shift key, formula deformer, and you see we get waves, little heavy waves. So in this formula, I want this after the bevel, first bevel and then the formula deformer. So this is a heavy wave. So this is the height. Okay. And this is how many waves we get. So let's make it double this here, if I'm not wrong. So, but I think I'm 0.5. Yeah, okay. And I don't want it on the whole fluid. I want it just on the top here. So I go to my formula deformer, fall off, and use a spherical field. If you don't have R20, you can use the spherical fall off. This is exactly the same. Spherical field. And T for scale, I scale this field down. So you see now I get it just here where I want it. And maybe now I can bring this a little up here. And this should do it for us. It should not be too much. This should be nice here, so like this. You see we have a little wave, this is okay. And now bring the glass back. Let's see what we get. Again, we have a nice fluid, but okay, we know now this can put this bevel here. I want this whole fluid a little smaller here. T for scale, but I want to scale from the middle, so okay. That's too much. So you see this little waves here. If it's not enough for you, if you say no, I want to more, simply go to the formula and put this to 2, and then you see it more. Maybe it looks better. Okay, just have to imagine it comes the stream in. Okay, nice. Maybe the glass is a little too, for now, a little too frosty. Nice, okay, save it. And now let's make the tip of the bottle and the stream. Nothing easier than that. Tip of the bottle is tip of a bottle. So let's hide this guy and this guy, so I know where the original glass is. And so the half glass. Go to the spline pen and make something like whoops, whoops, whoops. Nice bottle. This is our bottle. Make a sweep out of it. So need a circle here with, let's see, 4 uniform is more than enough. The size, so let's say 10 for the moment, and make a sweep out of it. So I select my circle, alt click on sweep, spline inside. Nice. Make here a uniform spline 2. We don't need any caps here. No. Okay, come out of the camera here. Nice. So maybe we should bring this line here. I hope this is not too fast, but this is all so. We did this 1000 times, I think, or 1484 times or something else. So in the middle here. Okay. Nice, but now I want, of course, a little thickness here. And here again, I simply put the sweep in a null object, Alt G, and under the null object, I don't have to put a null object, but it doesn't matter. So I take the sweep, Alt, click on this pi extruder, and you see it does something for us. Maybe it's, yeah, let's make it this direction and create caps, so that the caps in the inside. Okay, and we want a little bevel on this whole thing. So for this is the null object, exactly the good thing. Null object, and under the null object we put a bevel inside, and you see we get a bevel here. It's exactly what we want. Save it. Here we make just this is a simple metallic whatever. Let's go to the zipsy. So render it. Here we have our. Maybe we bring it a little down so that we can see more of it. Yeah. And we need a material for it, of course. A metal material, so I go to materials. Metallic. This is our bottle. We don't see much from the bottle, but it is our bottle. Sweep. We get our nice. Okay. Nice so far. And it needs it a little, maybe a little roughness on it, but really just a little. So float material here in the roughness channel, and that's it, just a little bit. Oops. Yeah. Okay. And now we need the fluid stream, which is easy too. Side, spline pen. Here we have the middle of our. Yes, no, I don't want to. This is not what I want. Let's go back here. I make it like I start from here somewhere. On the inside here. Here. That is not what I want, so I have to, you know what? I have to make this spline. I can do one simple thing. I can do it like this and just drag the whole spline later. Okay. E is there. Where is this one? Just it one spline, I think. Yeah, that was my. Okay, back. So I want to make a new spline. So that's it. So okay. Now I can do this what I want. So from here, let's say to here. Something like this. Okay, and this is our stream. Good so far. And here I simply steal this circle. I'm stealing this. Of course, this should be a little smaller now, maybe 8. Again, make a simple sweep out of it. Now we have this here. This sweep should be inside, of course, of this. So let's make this circle even smaller, 6. And I want here a uniform. Give it a little more segments. Yeah, maybe it's good when we put it in our model. So bring it in here. That should do it. Let's go out of the camera for a moment. Okay. Stream. So let's bring this whole thing. This is the bottle. And bring this down to here. So save everything again. Bring the camera here so, and bring back the full and the empty class. And let's see what it looks like now. Save it. And now we can bring in the. We need a new one here, the stream, because the stream should be a little brighter. We will see. So it looks not bad, but maybe first the stream is a little too. For me, it's a little too bright. Yeah, that looks better. Maybe it should be a little longer. Somewhere here we went, okay. To intersect this a little bit. Okay. And looks not bad, but maybe a little brighter. Okay, yeah, I think we got it. So let's make more glasses. Another full one. But here I make an instance for the full one, so don't need so many. Don't need as many objects. So bring this full one a little to here. So you can never have enough glasses here, so oh no, okay, this is opaque. So and rotate it a little bit. Then I take this empty glass here and drag it a little more to this guy here, and we need more full glasses. So zip. And maybe one more. We won't see this really, but doesn't matter, we know it's there. So let's make it like this. Okay, save it. And now let's make this one and rotate it a little bit again. So, now the only thing we need is depth of field, and here some make some wets, so some drops. This is take the same I take the same drop map here, so so bring in this drop map I had, so oops, here, bring it in the bump channel, and you see we get immediately some drops here. Which looks quite nice. So, okay. If you want on the floor some drops to go to the table, bring the same thing in. You can, of course, you can go to here and say, so with Control C, you should copy it, and here, Control V, we get the same here. And you see, we get here things here, but on the table here, let's make a cubic mapping too. So this is a little fit to object. Okay, but this is not what I like, so I can make it here 50-50 or maybe bigger, I will see. Bigger, 200 by 200. Yeah, that's not bad, but this is too strong. So here we can do the same. Bring in a color correction, and with the brightness we can alter the strongness of this. So we can make it a little. Okay, save it, and now let's make a depth of field. So go to the camera, thin lens, no autofocus please. We go with the focus here on our middle glass here, boing, and then a half full glass, and with the aperture up until we see here. Okay. 6, and we have our picture in a little over an hour. Yes, it's not. It is quite easy to do. You see it, but with these small things like if you look at it, you have waves in here, and you have some drops, and you have this and this and this and then this and the other. It takes its time, but we get a nice. And I think we have almost the same like here. So this is this is always the same. Okay, and now let's make the same thing and with physical render. Yeah, of course. Here in Octane we could do one more. We can make it maybe a little brighter here, so intensity 2.5, so that you get sunshine from here, and here we can play with in the camera with the not with the post processing to let a little bloom inside, so that would you get see a little bloom from the outside, so that looks somehow nice. I like it. Maybe it's too bright, but a little sunshine cannot be bad. So let's see if we see a lot of this bloom here. It does something, and I think we can say we have a wonderful picture here. Maybe. Bottles, yeah, still parametric here, so maybe this is a little too thick. Let's go to 3. Yeah, it looks better. It looks too thick. Okay. And now we start to do this thing with the physical render. Okay, so let's do it. Stop it here, and we save this for now. And now I save this everything. No, not now. Delete. Whoop. I don't need this. I don't need this camera tag. It doesn't matter how this camera is named, but I don't want to name it Octane camera. I don't need my Octane rig here. Everything is away. So that's pure without anything. I save this now under, this is a shots PR for physical renderer, and let's start from here. Good. First of all, I bring in my my scene rig, of course. Whoops. Nikomedias Scene Rig Ultimate. No floor, no nothing, please. We don't need it. Okay. And HDR, we use the same HDR as we used before. So bring it in. Good. And we want to see it by camera. Let's see what we get now here with the physical render. So I have to go, of course, do low GI for 2080 69. Here is everything nice, and make it like this. So then we want here the same rotation here for the HDRI setting. I want to make it here. What did I do? Yes, NQ. I want to see here the background, so I can search for the same spot like before. So, okay, this is the same spot like before. Save it, and let's start with a glass material. Glass material is a glass material is a glass material. So transparency 1.517, and we need nothing else. This for the normal glass. So I need it for this glass. Here's okay, let's go a little closer here. So good, we need it for this glass here. We need it for this glass here. We need it for the empty glass here, of course. So these are the glasses, and should look quite nice. So we see it on the empty glass, because here we don't see, it looks great. Yeah, it looks almost, really, it looks almost better than with the Octane render here. That's crazy. Good. Next step, we need, this is glass, we need fluid. Copy this. This bump map we do it a little later. This is the fluid, and of course here we simply need another color. So come to the transparency. Could work with the absorption color, but I think it's enough for me to do it like this here. Okay, let's try it and bring it on the fluids. Glass fluid. Yep. Immediately okay. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I say it every time. I still love the physical render. And here I copy the fluid, and this is the stream then. The stream comes here. Whoops, okay, a little brighter. Okay, I think it's okay for now. Then just in the normal fluid we will do a little. Yeah, that's better. Okay. The next material, let's make the cube here. And the cube is a simple double click here. So this is my default material, you know it meanwhile. It's just a color, and the reflectance is nothing else than roughness, and on the Fresnel dielectric bed, that's it. And this is what I will use for the matte here, so but with less reflection and maybe a little more, so that it looks more like rubber. So do we have the matte here? We have the matte. And when I just drag it above it, so we get exactly the same values like before with the cubic mapping and everything. So see, it looks nice, but maybe almost too shiny. Too shiny. Good. Okay. Then we make one for the table. Whoop. And you see how fast it renders. This is crazy. And we need just a metal. Metal is very easy. Double click. This is our bottle. No color. Just reflectance. Here in the Fresnel we go to conductor, chromium, done. So 5% here. Bottle is the sweep here, and done. So let's make some bump map here on the glass. So we go to the bump map. I bring in my this map I have. Let's see, does we see something? You already see it. Let's go a little up here with the. It needs a little longer to render because now we have a better thing. You see, we have our bumps here. We drag the same bump now on our, and we go a little down here so that it does not need so long. Okay, so now I go. You could bring this bump map into the roughness channel here too, but here in the roughness you can drag it in. Let's see how it looks, but I don't need it. I don't think that we need it. So. Wait, I'll go to here, copy it, paste it in here. I should get a little more defined. Yeah, it is a little more, but not really. So, but it does not disturb us. So, okay, and now we go to the matte, bring the same bump in here. I already copied it, so I just paste it in. Go a little up here, so you see it. We have our drops, and then we do the same on the table. Bump map, paste it in. We get here the drops. I had a little too harsh for me, a little too. Okay. And the only thing we need now is depth of field. And depth of field is nothing else. The camera has already now the distance, the correct distance, because in an Octane, when you do this with the green focus error, it just changes this distance here, so it does nothing else. So we have the distance, the correct distance to this glass. If you want another distance, just click on this arrow and choose the distance you want. So this, and yeah, and the only thing we have to do now is go to the physical render and go down with the f-stop. Let's say 2.5, but now we won't see anything. You have to go to the render settings too, and in the render settings, in the physical tab, you have to turn on depth of field. And then you see we have depth of field. Maybe a little as smaller this number is, as more depth of field you get. So, but I'm going a little up here. And you see we have almost a better result than with the clan render. Look, this is the Octane render. And this is the physical render. So with a little post work, you get a better render here. It's great. Yeah, we are done. That's it. Do I miss anything? No. We have it. Okay, yeah, we are through. Okay, 1.5 hours, and with 2 render things and everything, I think we can be happy with this. Okay, if you have any questions, if you have any requests, if you have any complaints, please write me in the comments or on my Facebook group, Facebook site, wherever you want. And please post your things, your results on Facebook in my group. It would be nice. I really like it to see what you guys do. And here the only thing I don't like so much is in this stream here. Just a little. So. Little more like this. The only thing what I don't like so much. So now yeah, this is better for me. If you don't like here in the sometimes when you have something selected like the sweep now, if you don't want to see the gizmo in this render view here, in this interactive render view, there are some settings. If you go over this here, so let's see. If you go, you see when you get this hand symbol, and you right click on it, you have here interactive render region settings. Here you can say gadget overlay, and you see you can hide it if you don't like it. So, but I want to see it. So if you don't want to see it, just click somewhere here and it's away. Okay, yeah. I hope I can make the next tutorial soon again. But you see, once a week is more than once a week is at the moment not really possible for me. I have so a lot to do. But I really do my best. So yeah. Hopefully you are with me in my next tutorial. And what I see now is I want to make this a little brighter too. So go to the light intensity, maybe to 150 here. Yeah. And maybe a little more reflection. So 10% more reflection. Oh, look at this. That looks crazy. That looks good. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And it's better than with the Octane render. Okay. So yeah, I try really my best, and hopefully you're with me with my next tutorial. And yeah, any questions you have, bring it to me. Let me know. I will do whatever I can. And yeah, that's it for now. And I really try to make every tutorial what is requested, but some tutorials are honestly they are already answered. I have more than, I don't know how many tutorials I have now. I think it's about 280 or something else. So they are already answered in my tutorials. So this would be just a waste of time to do the same again and again and again. And but of course, if you want, if someone donates for it, of course I do it, no problem. It's just like, just wanted to see it. Okay, so have a wonderful day. What's the time? 3 p.m. is nothing. And yeah, show me please your work. I am really interested about it. And yeah, and don't think that your work is not good enough to show. That's no, 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 no. So be tough enough. Good. So it's enough for now, and see you hopefully next time. And wish you all the best here from Vienna. And you know my word when it's really over are Tschüss und Baba.